Can I pick up on a very specific aspect of your question? Do we do enough, does the UK do enough to promote the rule of law specifically? So my role is in relation to the Bingham Centre for the Rule of Law, so I'm particularly focused on that part of your question. And for me, the answer is quite clear. We don't do enough in relation to the rule of law. And in relation to these fundamental values, human rights, democracy and the rule of law is very much the poor relation, I think, in UK's foreign policy. It's clearly there, it's clearly present in many policies, and a great deal is done to advance the rule of law abroad in lots of different ways by lots of different departments, including BIFID as well as the Foreign Office. But it's interesting when we look at this report, the Human Rights and Democracy report, to see the status of the rule of law, even on the front cover, is immediately less than human rights and democracy. And that strikes me as very strange, given, to go to another part of your question, our comparative advantage in relation to the rule of law, because we are the home of Magna Carta, and we do have universal recognition worldwide that Magna Carta is synonymous with the rule of law.
That's right.
And yet, for reasons I don't fully understand, I understand to some extent, we slightly hide our light under a bushel on this subject, and we don't take advantage of our comparative experience in this respect. And one of the reasons may well be a fear of appearing to be imperialist and those sorts of sensitivities about the rule of law, and not wanting to be too appearing to preach and to export national products in relation to values. But it does puzzle me that we are so shy in relation to the rule of law. And from the Bingham Centre's point of view, we would very much like to see an annual Foreign Office report on human rights, democracy and the rule of law, and to see that worked through in the way that human rights and democracy are worked through in this report, pulling together the many strands of things that are done to give greater coherence to what's being done by the government on the rule of law abroad.